Hi bloggers, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I want to teach you how you can schedule your tweets using Buffer. So every single day, whether I publish a blog post or not, I always schedule tweets, and I thought it would be quite interesting and useful for you to see what I think about when I schedule tweets, the thought process I go through, and especially what I've noticed makes my tweets perform a little bit better, whether it's structuring them more effectively or making them more engaging for my audience, and how that whole process works within my favourite social media management tool, which is Buffer. What's great about Twitter is that you can create a feed that is so valuable that your audience has no other choice but to hit that follow button. So the process of scheduling tweets is really important, and I want to teach you how you can do that and how it's going to make your life so much easier by using Buffer. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, what kind of tweets do you actually need to schedule? Well, you want to think of your Twitter feed, your Twitter profile, as an extra resource where you can provide value to your audience. So if you're just promoting yourself all the time, people are not going to like that. What I basically do is have different categories for each of my tweets that I then just rotate randomly on an everyday basis. So my categories are my own blog posts and videos, self-promotion, other people's articles, tips, questions, and inspiration. And like I said, I then have a table in Google Docs where these categories are all mixed around, and that forms the basis of my Twitter schedule. From there, you then want to sort out your posting schedule within Buffer, and by that I mean what times you are going to be scheduling your tweets. Now, there are two different ways you can do this. The first way is to just guess when your audience is going to be most active on the platform. So you can think about things like first thing in the morning when they're having their breakfast, or when they're commuting on their way home from work, that sort of thing. Or you can use a tool, a free tool, that syncs directly with your Buffer account and analyses your Twitter followers to see when they are most active on the platform. Mind blown. You want to go to followawonk.com. It's a free tool. You don't have to buy anything. You don't need to have any fancy software. Just put your username in. Be sure to click that you want to analyse your own followers. Hit the analyse button. Scroll down to the bar chart graph, and then you can sync your optimal times with your Buffer account. Now, it's completely up to you how many tweets you schedule per day, but with Twitter, more is better. And if you're following the sort of 80-20 rule of self-promotion, where 80% is other stuff and 20% is your own self-promotion, you're going to be wanting to tweet more in order so that you can promote yourself more. So I usually try and schedule between 15 and 20 tweets every single day. So now we'll get on to the actual copy of your tweets. So what I'm going to do is take you through each category one by one and show you how I go about writing the copy for each tweet in each category. The best tweets have one emoji and two hashtags. So let's go ahead and get started with the your own blog posts section. One thing to mention here is that if you are just sharing the headline to your blog post when you schedule a tweet, then you probably aren't using copy to your advantage. By telling people why they should read your blog post, what's in it for them if they click this link, that is going to get you much better results. You want to encourage further action. So make sure you do something like ask a question or use a verb at the start of your tweet to encourage more people to click on your link. And you can also try placing your link either in the middle of your tweet or at the end. And this structure works just as well when you're sharing a link to another person's article and also self-promotion. Now, self-promotion can mean anything from asking people to sign up to your mailing list, maybe you're hosting a webinar, maybe you offer some services alongside your blog, or you can just use the self-promotion as another way to share your blog posts and cross-promote your social media channels. Now onto the 3 categories that don't usually have a link, and that's tips, questions and inspiration. Now for tips, you can use ones that are related to your industry. So when I share a tip on Twitter, I usually start it off with #blog tip, #social media tip, #productivity tip, and then a little arrow emoji, and then I write the tip so you can take that and use it for your own niche. With a question, this can be absolutely anything. It can be personal, or it can be asking for advice, or maybe you want to get to know your audience a bit more. Just think of different questions that you might want to ask. And if you can't really think of any questions, you can just use this as another tip or inspiration. Finally, inspiration. This works really well for quotes or personal thoughts. I use my happiness planner. I get a daily quote in my happiness planner, which I love sharing on Twitter. And if you include a quote graphic with that, then that will expand your tweet to a lot more people. Another great thing about Buffer is that if you're short on time when it comes to scheduling tweets, you can just go into your Buffer account and re-buffer them. It takes like 2 minutes and is a great way to fill up your feed by repurposing content. And the final thing I want to mention is to make sure that you switch up your optimal posting time strategy every single week if possible. I like to use the Follow a Wonk tool to renew mine on a Monday morning, because people's online habits are always changing and you want to make sure that you are staying up to date with your audience. So that is how I schedule tweets using Buffer. It makes my life so much easier and I really think it'll help you too. If you want to take your social media scheduling up a notch, be sure to download the free checklist. It's at the top of the description at this video, just below here, and it will give you a full list of everything we've just talked about in this video, so you've got it right by your side when you're ready to start scheduling tweets. That's all for today, bloggers. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more online presence tips and tricks, and remember to use this tutorial in your social media strategy so you can get one step closer to a breakthrough. See you next time.